are going to appear for it. So now on a screen you can see from 2013 preliminary papers, General Studies paper 1, that is the paper based on that only your entire selections are going on. So here you can see from 2013 how the questions have been asked as per the subject. Okay, if you see on the top in the slot, you can see the economics number of questions in each year. So here the economic means one thing you need to understand, if you see the entire list, I didn't mention anywhere the current affairs. Am I clear? I didn't mention anywhere the current affairs. The current affairs, it is coming part of economy, sometimes the part of environment, sometimes it's a part of science and tech, sometimes part of IR, as well as polity. It is interlinked. It is interlinked. So don't look for a current affairs oriented question. Again, the current affairs related with economics, it is put it under this. So that is how I have done. So here, if you see that the number of questions which is coming from each section, it vary every year. So there will be a slight changes will be there. Suppose say for example, here you see 2017 polity and constitution, they've asked 22 questions. But the previous year, only 6 questions have been asked. Okay, so when you see the test paper, suppose say for example, if a candidate is preparing for the 2017, if they are analyzing the previous year question, it shows that polity is given only 6 questions. Suppose if the polity is not prepared by the candidates properly, and if he is appearing for the examination, imagine the situation. So he could not able to answer the question properly, but the number of questions have been increased to 22. So here the UPSC, how they are playing with the question is, they will jump over the number of questions on the major 4 subjects. So what are the subjects, major 4 subjects? If you see that geography is a major subject for UPSC, economics is a major subject, history is a major subject, and polity is a major subject. These 4 major subjects, what they will do, they will simply jump on the questions. One year they've asked in one subject major questions, another year they jump on the other one. So the candidates, when you're analyzing the question, you should not focus, okay, this year they've asked only limited questions on this, let me go for a major focus on something else. That is not the case. So you need to focus more and more on this. You understand? See here, and if you see the geography you should see along with environment, because environment is a part and parcel of a chapter within geography. Okay, it is there in your prelims as well as in the mains. So when you connect both, if you see that environment and geography alone, if you take last year alone, it is almost 28 questions. It is huge. It is equal to economics and government schemes and organization, what they have asked. So without geography, the candidates clearing the prelims, it's very difficult. Okay, this is how it works. And if you combine these two, you can check everywhere. It is 16 and it is almost 21, 25. See here, 2015, it is almost 33 questions have come. Here 38 questions have come, 2014, and here again 31 questions. So on average, you can expect around 25 plus. Only these two, geography and environment. 25 plus out of what? Out of just 100. That means 25% of weightage goes to the geography alone. Keep it in your mind. Then you check polity. Polity on average, if you see the last 7 years, papers are analyzed here, except 2015. In all other years, the questions have been more than 10, and some year it reached up to 20. So here also you have the potential to go up to 20%. So you can approximately, if you check like this, these 4 subjects, you have to go weightage like economics, geography, history, and polity. These 4 sections you need to focus first and approximately fix it 20% of weightage each. Don't lose it. So now your exam dates are announced. So when is your prelims date for 2020?
October 4.
It is October 4th. Can anybody say how many days are left from today? Can anybody say what is today's date? I'm asking simple question. Today's date.
9th June.
117 days.
So approximately 117 days. So in this 117 days, what you have to do is maybe the first 50 to 60 days, half of the day, you should focus on these 4 core area of the subjects like geography, polity, economics. Now the economic class is going on, you study that thoroughly. Polity class is going on, study that thoroughly. Then you think about the other subjects. Okay, because these 4 subjects are it's a core. As much as if you are strong in that, your passing percentage in prelims is very high. Keep it in your mind. So you strategize, count the number of days, allot equal, weightage to each subject, geography, polity, economics, and history, these 4 areas. The other sections will automatically fall in line. If you see the agriculture also here, I have separately made. But the agriculture also few questions are coming. Again, it is a part and parcel of geography only. Keep it in your mind. But it's something related with the current affairs, they will ask. But again, it is linked with geography. If you have a geography knowledge on agriculture chapter is good, then you can able to answer these questions also. Okay, in the present scenario, right now in the lockdown scenario, agriculture is become very, very prominent. Okay, it's very, very important, the essential items. So if you see that environment, agriculture, and geography, all the 3 are interlinked. All the 3 are interlinked. So my advice is give first priority to geography and related things. Second, you go for economics and current affairs, current oriented scheme. These 2 alone, you can able to jump over above 50. Above 50 questions you can able to answer out of 100. Okay, if the candidate is answering above 50 plus question out of 100 correctly without any negative score, automatically you are in, you are passing the exam, because normal cutoff it goes around 100 out of 200. Okay, your polity and history, it is a kind of audit question. In this polity, what is the advantage? If you properly study, you can answer all the questions 100%. 14 out of 14 you can score, 13 out of 13, 22 out of 22. That potential is there here, because in other subject, sometimes plus or minus there might be a mistake, like economics or in geography or in history. History also it's a fact oriented, you can expect, you can bang on it. So you can if you prepare properly, you can aim for 15 out of 15 here. That is possible. So science and tech, international relation, and other aspects of current affairs like organization and other aspects, it will automatically come to you through the newspaper reading or through the classes or through the weekly current affairs update. Through that, automatically you will start getting it. So that you no need to bother too much. Don't spend too much of time on that initial leg. So in initial leg, you focus on these 4 traditional subjects: history, geography, economics, politics. Am I clear? And these 4 is a major deciding factor for your success in your program. It's clear. If you have any doubt, you can have a look. You can ask me in this. This is from 2013 to 2019. This is how the examination will change over.
Sir, IR can we neglect or how?
No, you are not afford to neglect anything. Keep it in your mind. Because these 2 questions going to be the deciding factor for your pass or fail. You have to study. Because even if you miss it here, you have to study IR. It is very important in mains. And mains, how much time they had given? When is your main examination? That is on January 8th.
January 8th.
You got it. So October 4th to January 8th, you have November, December, that's all. 2 months.
3 months.
Around 3 months you have. So in a 3 months, again IR, it's occupied the major chunk in your main general studies. It goes around 70 plus marks. So instead of studying those 3 months, you study now itself. But don't give too much of time. Proportionately, you give lesser time compared to other subjects. That is how it works. And if you visit all the candidates, I'm repeatedly telling in the classroom also, your first job before starting it, even the first candidate, those are attending the class today. You go to our website globalias.in. So there, what do you call, there you can see the last 3 years question paper. That is 19, 18, 17, or even 16, it is available. The prelims questions with answer key and explanation, it is there. Every day you can answer one question. You just read entire 100 questions. You should read and go through how, whether as per this pattern, as per this slide, whether the questions have been asked. You go for a personal counting. You don't rely on this number. You take a 2019 question. You check how many questions personally have been asked from economics and government scheme. So SAR told it is 28 questions. Whether really 28 questions are there, you just check it yourself. Same way, environment related question, you check yourself. Agriculture, whether the questions are there. Geography questions are there, you just check yourself. Then you will get a reality, okay, this is how the questions are coming. When you are reading the question on the previous year paper, you will get an idea that how, what is the standard UPSC is asking the question. So that is your first step. Those who are preparing for 2021 or even for 20. So that you initiate now. That is very important. So that will give you the pulse, what standard the UPSC is asking it, so that in that same standard you can able to go for approaching the subject. That is a very, very first step that you need to do. So when you are analyzing yourself, you will get that seriousness attached with that particular subject. Then you will start respecting the polity, start respecting the economics, and each and every subject as per their value. Then accordingly you will study. Am I clear? And there, and here one section is missing. Keep it in your mind. That is biology. Okay, if you see that there is a general science, there is a biology, it is there in your syllabus. There also the questions are coming. That questions are very, very few. Very, very few, hardly 2 or 3, something like that, like IR. But that is also, it's important that we have just added with the current affairs. Okay, that also you have to study. That also we are going to teach in prelims. That also you need to study, because even if you are able to answer one questions from those sections, it is a clear edge over others. That is how the competitive exams are working. Am I clear? So in a current scenario, right now in the lockdown scenario or the economic crisis, and the people started giving more and more importance to the government job. Keep it in your mind. And if you see the next year, those are preparing for the 2021, your competition going to be double. I'm sure. Because this year, luckily, whoever applied, because application dates are over, only the examination dates are postponed. So the next year, if you wait for another 2 to 3 months, there will be huge economic recessions will be there, because the impact of COVID-19 will come to know after a few months. So when the people are losing the job, their next hope is automatically they go for a jump to the government job. Not only IAS, any kind of regional public service commission like a KAS or a TNPSC, ABPSC, or a bank exam, railway exam, because those exams are giving a complete job security. So the competition level will be more. But the question pattern, the examination pattern will not increase. It will be more or less same. So unless until you go for a complete precision preparation, so that you can show your edge on others. Keep it in your mind. So the 2020 candidates, those who applied, kindly grab the situation, because the competition is at stop. Because the people, those who are preparing for the 2021, they are not applied. Only whoever applied for 2020, with that competition only you are going to face on October 4th. So don't miss this opportunity. It is like the time is, you are getting extra time now, almost by 6 months for the prelims. It's clear?